You alright, dude?
Yeah, I'm just looking for a new cap, but I'm not having much luck.
What kind of cap?
Well, you know how I told you I'm going to that concert next week?
Yeah, the country one, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to find something I can wear to that, but I'm not having much luck finding anything I like.
Don't worry, dude, I got you. What's going on, guys? In today's episode, I'm going to be doing a leather applique 3D puff design on a cap from my friend Kyle. We're going to be going through the entire process from the digitizing all the way to the embroidery, and we're going to do some important know-how tips throughout this project. Before we get into that, remember to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date with our latest content. Now with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the materials we're going to need for this project. All right, so for today's project, we're going to be using a blank structured cap, our adhesive spray, our cap ring, our faux leather, our embroidery thread, a sheet of 3D puff foam, our 90x14 embroidery needles, our applique scissors, and we're gonna be using the MT1501 commercial embroidery machine for this project. All right, so the first thing I need to do is digitize my design, so let's go ahead and open up my Chroma software. We're gonna go to File, New. Now we're gonna select our backdrop tool, and we're gonna go to Select, and import our image. So now that we have our file selected, we're gonna go over to our width and we're gonna change it to 3.5. So we're gonna go to our ellipse tool and then we're gonna go over to our grid and we're gonna click and hold until our vertical and horizontal line matches up with the oval of our design. Once we adjust our ellipse, we're gonna right click, go to convert to, and we're gonna convert to a run stitch. We're gonna right click, then we're gonna go to utility, create outline, and we're gonna select the distance to 0.04. Then I'm gonna click on the inside button so that the run stitch does the inner portion of the run stitch. And then I'm gonna convert that inside stitch to a run stitch. And then we're gonna change the color to make it easier to identify. So the blue stitch is gonna be for our leather tack down, and then our yellow stitch is gonna be for our puff tack down. All right, now that we have those two stitches, we're gonna go ahead and do our border. To do that, we're gonna go over to our toolbar and select the satin tool. So we're gonna start at the top, and then we're gonna build our ladder around our oval. Let's go ahead and work on our ladder. At this point, you want to make sure that you're patient. It's very important to do it right the first time to avoid any complications when you start embroidering. Maintaining a nice even distance with your ladder points will help avoid the thread bunching up. All right, we're almost done. Then I'm gonna make sure that I overlap the end point of my oval so that it stitches completely. And then I'm gonna go to my shape tool and clean up my edges. gonna change the color to black. When we are working with puff, the density number is really low, so you have more thread. Then I'm gonna set the density to 0.10, and then I'm going to remove my underlay. And I'm gonna select my underlay tab, and I'm gonna uncheck the parallel tab, and then I'm gonna hit apply. So now we have our border, and there's no underlay. Now I'm gonna start on my letters. So now I'm gonna build my ladder on each letter. All right, so again, I'm gonna select my satin tool, and I'm gonna build a ladder over each letter. All right, once we have completed our country word, we're gonna go over and left click and drag over the country word. I'm gonna change the color to black. We're gonna change our density to 0.30, and then we're gonna go to our command tab on the top right, and we're gonna change our end command to trim. This will eliminate all of our jump stitches. And now we're gonna do the same process for the word born. So we're gonna do the same thing for the word born. We're gonna left click and drag over the word. We're gonna change our density to 0.20, and then we're gonna go to our command tab, and we're gonna select our end command to trim, and then hit apply. All right, now our design is digitized. Now we can take it to our machine to embroider. All right, so before we get any further into the project, the first thing I wanna do is I'm gonna change out my standard 7511 needle to a 9014. All right, so first thing we'll do, let's go ahead and unthread our needle. And then, using a number 2 Allen key, we're gonna get right here. And then we're gonna, let's go counterclockwise. And then you just pull your needle out. Just like that. And then, here's my 9014 needle. We wanna make sure that the scarf of the needle points back of the machine. Put that right here. Let's bring this up right here. Let's go ahead and tighten. All right, just like that. And we'll go ahead and rethread our needle. The reason we're changing our needle is we're working with thick material, so we want to be able to go through the material without shredding it. All right, so we're getting ready to hoop our cap now, and we're going to be using our standard cap ring that comes with our Ricoma machine. The benefit of this one is that it allows you to embroider the front and the sides. I actually used this one in the Miami cap episode where I embroidered puff on the front and some 2 Miami inspired designs on the side. And on that same episode, we actually used an 8-in-1 frame where we used the cap frame and we did the back of the cap, and that was also with puff. And there's also one more called the Gen 2 hoop, which that one, it's really easy to hoop, and also it allows you to get as close to the brim on your cap as possible without breaking a needle. So I'll be sure to leave that on the Miami cap episode and the differences between all 3 hoops in the card above and the description below. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and grab our cap. First thing we're gonna do is unsnap it, and then let's go ahead and pull the sweatband out, just like that. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our cap right in here. We'll make sure that it goes under the notch. So the sweatband goes under the notch right here. And what you wanna do is you wanna align the groove of the notch with the center seam of the cap. And a quick tip, what you can do to tighten your cap, you can hold the snaps right here, and then with your free hand, go ahead and bring the clasp over, and right here on the frame, bring this in, and there you go. Just like that. And then now you can go ahead and take it out of the frame, and your cap is hooped. Now let's go ahead and take it to the machine. All right, so we're here at the panel. We've already got our design loaded onto the machine, so we're gonna go to File, and it's gonna be this design right here, Born Country. And we're gonna go ahead and go to Design Set, and since we're going to the cap, we're gonna set it to the cap frame. And automatically, since this was going on a cap, it flipped it 180 degrees. So we're good there. We're gonna be using all black, so these are all number 11, so that's where my black thread is. And we're also, since we're doing applique and puff, we're gonna set it to automatic manual. We're gonna hit OK. All right, now that we have our parameters set, let's go ahead and hoop our cap. When hooping a cap, remember, we're gonna go in 90 degrees this way, and I'm gonna turn in, and then you wanna hear the clicks. There we go, and these are snug. So we're good to go there. And now, let's go ahead and do my trace. This trace is just to make sure that my design will fall within the parameters of the hoop. And now, just like I always like to do, let me do my contour trace. My contour trace will show me exactly where my design is gonna stitch. All right, so I've got my roll of faux leather right here. I'm gonna cut out a strip, and then I'm gonna lay it on the cap right here using temporary adhesive spray. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out a piece using my applique scissors. All right, so got my temporary adhesive spray right here. Let me shake it up real good. And we wanna spray it 6 to 12 inches away. All right, there we go. And now we can go over here onto the cap. And what we'll do is we're gonna lay it out just like that. All right, our leather's in place. It's patted down real nice. We can go ahead now and start embroidering. We're gonna start with our tack down stitch. Let's begin. All right, so in this case, what happened to me right now is on the bottom of the stitching, some of it didn't register. So if that happens, you can always just go ahead and just hold the stop button and it'll rewind for you. So we'll go ahead and we'll toggle the machine head switch. If you toggle it down, it deactivates the head. If you toggle it to the middle, the machine head is on. And if you toggle it up, it gives you the red light indicator. So since I floated back, now I can restitch. So we'll do that now. Let's begin. All right, so we've got our leather tacked down onto our cap. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my frame mount on my machine, and then using my applique scissors, I'm gonna cut out my leather. I'm gonna cut as close to the line as possible. All right, we've had our applique cut out. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit the frame button so we can frame the cap back in. And then we're gonna place our puff. All right, so we have our puff here, it's 2 millimeters. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut one strip like that. And then I'm just gonna split it in two. So we got our 2 pieces of puff. All right, just to secure it, I'm gonna put a piece of tape on each side so that it stays in place. All right, let's go ahead and put it on the cap. Let's go ahead, let's continue embroidering. All right, so we have our puff tacked down. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our puff border, and then we'll continue our stitching. All right, so our puff is done. Let's go ahead and rip it off. And all right. I'm gonna put the machine back on automatic, so that it could do the rest of the letters, and we'll be good to go. All right, I'm gonna give this to my buddy Cal, but first, let's try it on. Ooh, I feel country already. Yeah! Is this what you're looking for?
Dude, this looks amazing. You make this like from start to finish?
Yeah, embroidered it myself, digitized it from start to finish. Got everything ready to go, there it is.
Bro, this is amazing. How much do I owe you?
No, don't worry about that, man.
No, I'm serious. Come on. How much would you get for this? It's selling it online.
The cap, wholesale $7. We've got about $4 worth of applique and embroidery materials placed on there, so we're in about $11 for that. However, you can sell the cap like that for $30. Now, if you wanted to do the actual leather, you could sell it for as much as 60 bucks, but since we're doing it with the faux leather, it's about a 63% profit margin.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Guess my years in Robeson County paid off.
You're a Carolina boy at heart.
Try it on, man. Oh, that's you right there. That's you. All right, that's all the time we have for today. If you're looking for more inspiration for your next embroidery project or to get some more advice on embroidery, then be sure to check us out on Facebook and join our embroidery and custom apparel mastery group. If you haven't done so already, be sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram for informative and entertaining content. And as always, if you have any ideas you'd like to see in a future episode of Embroidery Hub, then be sure to leave them in the comments section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.